We are 3Peat Innovations, and we are here to introduce our 3D printed cast design concept. Hello, my name is Brian Shaver, and I'll be going over our design concept. When we spoke with some patients who have to wear casts and some professionals who deal with them, surgeons who apply them, therapists and nurses who aid those who have to wear them, we found that there were a few things that could be improved about the traditional cast. First, the cast needs to be able to do its primary job: stabilize the bones to allow them to heal properly. By 3D printing the cast, we can make the cast lighter and more easily accessible by not requiring a surgeon to apply the cast. It could instead be adjusted by nurses or physical therapists, allowing better accessibility. We can place holes in the cast to allow breathability and the ability to clean the arm while wearing the cast. And we also wanted to make the cast adjustable to allow for growth or swelling, and better aesthetics is always a plus.
My name's Saul Garcia, and for the first phase of our prototype, we used foam craft and ties in order to create the physical prototype. Our group decided to focus on the bone fracture near the wrist area as an entry-level prototype before expanding onto other injured areas. This was a prototype with minimal functionality, but it allowed us to focus on certain specifications before actually designing and printing the cast. We added the holes in this phase in order to see how the shape and size would play out. But overall, in this phase, the prototype served more of a purpose for better design development.
My name's Samuel LeBrut, and this is part of phase two. There's a few things we want to change from phase one. From the first picture compared to the second picture, you can tell we can change the overall length. Also, we changed from going from ties to buckles. Um, Jacob was our hand model for this. So the measurements we got are the ones provided, and of course, these measurements will change depending on the customer itself. However, while we tested this prototype, we noticed that our thickness of our prototype 2 was a little bit too thick, so it couldn't completely mold over the user's hand, along with the holes being too big. So for the next phase, we decided to change the thickness of the cast itself, as long as with the hole diameters, to ensure the cast is nice and sturdy.
Hi, so my name's Jake Paolillo, and I got the lucky part of designing the second part of the cast, the second iteration of the 3D printed one. So if you look here, it is a little different than our first one. There's more smaller holes because we have the tendency, if with the bigger ones, that they'll get caught on stuff, which is not good if it moves your wrist around. We made it a bit thinner, so it's easier to bend with the thermoplastic. The biggest change is genuinely the right here and here are the added living hinge, so it's included already in. We don't have to add our own to it, it's just in there. We also designed a bolt that would fit perfectly in. As it's made of plastic, if it's too long or too short, you can always just cut it up, which makes it a lot easier for everything. And then, yeah, so this is the whole cast. It will be bent around the hand, and then this is our last iteration that we currently have.
Hello, my name is Ahmed. For future improvements, we'll be including a buckle that can be adjusted like a reflex buckle and a layer of TPU on the covering of the entire PLA cast to reduce irritation and to avoid scratching of the skin. And lastly, expanding to include different casts of types to cover up the knee, leg, and knee, leg, and neck, and etc.
We've been 3Peat Innovations, and thank you for your time.